They say Nigerian women carry the fire of the savannah within them, hot, untamed, dangerous. But those who have seen them even once know. The real magic is not in their beauty, but in the strength that quietly glows in their eyes, like the night city of Lagos before a storm. They say Nigeria is the heart of Africa, beating faster than any metronome. Located in the west of the continent, it touches the waves of the Gulf of Guinea and stretches deep into the mainland across more than 923,000 square kilometers. Over 220 million people live here, the largest population on the entire continent. Lagos buzzes and glows. Abuja breathes steadily and calmly, while thousands of villages in the savannas and tropical forests live in a rhythm that has lasted for centuries. Nigeria is a country of 250 peoples, languages, colors, and silhouettes that intertwine into a single story, like an endless ornament carved into ancient wood. This is a land where modernity and tradition meet every day, sometimes peacefully, sometimes with a spark, but always brightly. They say Nigerian women are thunder and silence in a single body. Their beauty is not uniform. In the coastal regions, soft features, dark skin with a sheen like fresh cocoa. In the north, tall, slender, with eyes as deep as desert nights. In the south, rounded shapes, a glowing smile, and a gait as smooth as that of Yoruba dancers. Their headscarves, bright and elaborately tied, often look like small crowns, and that is no coincidence. There is something unbreakable in the way Nigerian women carry themselves. They speak firmly, laugh loudly, work hard, and never apologize for their strength. In markets, they bargain with such passion that it feels like it's not about the price, but about will. In offices, confident, composed, agile. In families, they are the anchor everyone returns to, no matter how far life has carried them. But behind this beauty and strength lies a complex reality. In Nigeria, women make up nearly half of the workforce, yet only about 20% hold managerial positions. In the parliament, they are even fewer, around 4 to 5%. Most work in the informal sector, markets, small businesses, crafts. The gender gap is visible in everything, from education to access to healthcare. In the north, where traditions are stricter, many girls still leave school early. And yet, Nigerian women do not give up. They build businesses from scratch, lead social movements, become thought leaders, rise when they fall, and can rebuild a life from fragments. Their beauty is not only in their appearance, it is in their persistence, in their resilience, in the quiet flame they carry through the noisy cities and dusty roads of the country. This is a beauty that does not fade. This is a strength that asks no permission. They say Nigerian cities breathe different centuries at the same time. And indeed, the architecture here resembles a vast cultural kaleidoscope, where ancient clay houses stand beside colonial-era British buildings and the glass towers of modern Lagos. In the old neighborhoods of Yorubaland, you can still see traditional red clay houses with wide roofs made of palm leaves. They may seem simple, but each has a soul. Carved doors with mythological scenes, inner courtyards where large families once gathered. These walls, cracked and warm, remember so much that an evening sunbeam feels like a visitor from the modern world. In the north, in Kano and Katsina, the architecture is different, stricter, desert-like. Tall clay walls, decorative geometric patterns, arched entrances, narrow streets where shade is the only luxury during the day's heat. The buildings here echo the ancient Hausa Sudanese style, the caravans that once passed through these lands, the craftsmen who shaped the walls by hand. Stone and clay speak quietly here, but confidently, as if they know they have survived centuries. The colonial period left its mark on Lagos and Port Harcourt. Old administrative buildings, banks, schools with light facades and arches. They appear reserved, even cold, but they are an important chapter of architectural memory, a reminder of the times when the history of the country was written by someone else's hand. And then comes a new era, glass, steel, concrete. Lagos grows upward. Long avenues, high-rise business centers, skyscrapers glimmering in the sun like broken mirrors. At night, their windows glow, as if someone scattered millions of little lights into the darkness. But between these towers, old districts still live. Ikoyi, Surulere, Yaba, where the night smells of charcoal, fish, and old stories. Nigerian architecture is a constant dialogue. The new does not erase the old does not flee from the new. They exist side by side, arguing, intertwining.
Sometimes harmoniously, sometimes chaotically, but always vividly. You can understand it only when you stand beneath the clay wall of a century-old house and see a skyscraper glimmering in the distance. Only then you feel, this country is building not just cities, but memory. And every stone here knows more than it says.
They say the nature of Nigeria is a force that cannot be contained in a single word. Here, the land changes its face so sharply it feels as if you're leaping between different worlds. In the south, humid tropical forests where the air is heavy like ripe fruit, and the greenery grows with such power that it swallows paths in just a few days. The leaves are large and juicy. The sun breaks through the canopy with golden rays, and in the morning you can hear a sound like the breath of a great living creature. A little farther, the mangrove swamps of the Niger Delta. The water here is dark and quiet, yet you can feel its strength. It feeds hundreds of villages, carries boats, creates its own rhythm. Splashes, rustling, the soft song of the wind. People live beside the river as if it were an elder member of the family. They honor it, listen to it, sometimes fear it. The savanna of central Nigeria is another story. Vast open spaces where grass moves in waves like an ocean. Trees stand scattered like silent guardians. The wind brings the smell of dry earth, smoke, heat. In the rainy season, the savanna awakens. The sky bursts open with lightning. Water pours onto the ground so fiercely it feels as if the sky is trying to give back everything the burning sun once took. And in the north, almost desert. Sand, hot air, slow and relentless waves of dunes. Here you feel a silence so deep that every step sounds like a shout. Nights are cold, the stars countless, and it feels as if the sky is closer here than anywhere else. Nigerian nature is constant motion. It breathes, changes, fights, retreats, and returns again. This is a country where the morning may smell of sea salt, the day of scorched earth, and the evening of tropical rain. And every breath of wind carries a story, ancient, wild, and beautiful. They say Nigeria lives in a rhythm that obeys no clock. In the cities, where everything boils, from the streets to the emotions, life moves fast, boldly, and sometimes chaotically. Lagos doesn't wake up gradually, but abruptly. The shouts of vendors, the smell of fried yam, the loud Danfo buses rushing between districts as if competing in a race. People here are constantly on the move, to work, from work, to a meeting, to the market, back home. And every step feels like it matches the beat of a great urban drum. Morning for Nigerians. Is it coffee? No. It's spicy jollof rice, sweet puff-puff donuts, fried fish, aromatic soups. People eat heartily because the day is long, hot, and demanding. On small street kitchens, women cook so fast and skillfully that it seems they can control fire better than any chef in the world. But once you leave the megacities, the country changes. In villages, life is slower. The day begins with a rooster, not car horns. People know each other by name, share food, repair fences together, gather in the evening under the shade of a baobab. Roads aren't always even, but the paths are known by everyone since childhood. The rhythm here is soft, even, like the breath of a hot day. Family ties matter greatly in Nigeria. You may live in Lagos, work in Abuja, but during every holiday you return to your hometown, to family,
to ancestors, to the land. Large families live together or nearby. Children run between houses. Grandmothers sit in the yard shelling peanuts. Men discuss news. Women plan celebrations and teach girls the secrets of cooking. In the evening, the cities seem to exhale. Street lights reflect in puddles. Music plays in bars. The smell of charcoal and spicy food fills the air. Young people dance Afrobeats. Someone watches football in a small pub. Someone sits on plastic chairs right on the sidewalk, drinking cold mineral water and laughing. Here, night is not a time for silence. Night is another life.
Nigeria knows how to be different. Fast and slow, loud and quiet, welcoming and strict. But no matter what happens around, people always move forward. Because that's what the land, the weather, life itself demand. And somewhere within this movement, everyday beauty is born. Imperfect, but alive. They say Nigeria is a country where your wallet must always be ready for surprises. Here, the price landscape changes not only from city to city, but from one neighborhood to another. Lagos is the most expensive. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in a good district can cost as much as in a European capital. On average, from $400 to $900 per month, and even more in prestigious areas. In suburbs or smaller towns, much cheaper. $100 to $250 for a place of similar size. Monthly expenses for one person, excluding rent, usually range between $250 and $400. Market food is inexpensive, but imported goods are nearly a luxury. A family of 4 in a big city spends around $1,000 to $1,600 per month, depending on the area, transportation, and lifestyle. The average salary in Nigeria is quite low by global standards, $150 to $300 per month. In large companies or international firms, it can be much higher, from $600 to $1,500 or more, but such jobs are few. The contrast between income and real expenses often pushes people towards side jobs or running their own small businesses, from trading to food delivery. Transportation in the country has its own character. Danfo buses, Okada motorcycle taxis, KK tricycles. A ride is inexpensive, from a few cents to a few dollars, but comfort is a relative concept. In cities, modern ride-hailing services are becoming more popular, though much more expensive. Nigeria's economy is mixed, oil-dependent but unpredictable. Prices can rise suddenly, and inflation often makes life difficult, even for those with stable jobs. Yet Nigerians know how to adapt. Some grow their own food, some work multiple jobs, and others have simply mastered the art of spending wisely. And although financial reality here is far from easy, people endure. Because Nigerians have long understood, money is not what defines happiness. What matters more is the ability to survive, to support one another, and to find joy in simple things. They say Nigeria is a country where the problems are as loud as its music. Here, the social landscape looks like a page written in 2 handwritings, one dark and sharp, the other warm and alive. Corruption remains one of the biggest shadows falling over state institutions. You feel it in the small things, from delayed documents to loud scandals around government projects. Young people often say, "Not a system for the people, but people for the system." And there is more truth in these words than anyone would like. Migration is another wound. Thousands of Nigerians leave the country every year in search of stability, education, and a better quality of life. Japa, the word for the mass exodus of young people, has already become part of everyday speech. Everyone has someone who left, a friend, a cousin, a neighbor. Inequality is sharply felt as well. The wealthy districts of Lagos shine with skyscrapers, and the restaurants there stay full until late at night. Yet just a few kilometers away stand settlements where people live in huts made of wood and metal sheets. Cities and villages, different countries sharing the same map. In rural areas, there is often a lack of good health care, stable electricity, even roads. But there is another side, bright, warm, resilient. The people here are incredibly hospitable.
A stranger may offer you a place at their table, share food, or give you a ride without expecting anything in return. Communities stick together. Neighbors know one another, help during celebrations, construction, or hardship. The national psychology is a mix of strength, humor, and stubbornness. Nigerians laugh even when there's nothing to laugh about. A joke is a shield, a way not to break. They love life loudly, in markets, in the streets, in music, in dance. Their energy is striking. This is a nation that has lived through crises, droughts, political storms, and every time found a new wave of strength.
The social portrait of Nigeria is a canvas where darkness and sunlight live side by side. But it's the contrast that makes this country real. And in every corner, people continue to live, work, dream. Because here, they always believe tomorrow can be different and better. They say tourists don't come to Nigeria for peace. They come for the feeling of life. Traveling here feels like a film, where every scene is contrasting, sharp, yet incredibly real. Start with Lagos. When the evening light touches the rooftops of Ikoyi or Victoria Island, the city becomes a giant beehive. Noise, movement, shimmer, a sea of lights. By day, the Lekki beaches with waves rolling toward the shore like silver. By evening, bars and small restaurants where Afrobeats plays, and people dance as if the night has no right to end. If you want silence, head to Abuja. The capital is calmer, almost geometrically orderly. Hills cover the city with soft greenery, and the stone monoliths of Aso Rock and Zuma Rock stand like two giants guarding the land. Zuma Rock is especially striking. When the sun sets behind its carved profile, it feels as if the mountain whispers stories. In the north, Kano enchants travelers. Ancient walls, markets buzzing with thousands of voices, narrow streets centuries old. Here you can feel the breath of history. Heat, spicy aromas, old crafts, camels passing by like scenes from an ancient film. In the south, greenery, moisture, life. Cross River National Park shelters one of Africa's last gorilla populations. Agbokim and Erinijesa waterfalls tumble from heights so smoothly, it seems like the water is flying. And Gurara Falls, double and rare, where two rivers meet and fall together, creating a mist that smells of freshness and stone. The Niger Delta is a different atmosphere entirely. Boats, canals, mangroves, stilt villages. The sun sets slowly here, melting into the water like copper in a furnace. And it feels as if, for a moment, the world becomes still. There are cultural treasures too. The Osun Osogbo Festival, colorful, spiritual, magical. Here, dance, song, and ritual intertwine so deeply, it feels as if the town slips between two worlds for a day. Nigeria is a country where a tourist doesn't just look, they experience.
From noisy Lagos to quiet savannas, from the ancient walls of Kano to waterfalls in the jungle, every moment feels like a frame you want to remember. And even if it lacks traditional European comfort, it offers something more important: the feeling of truly being alive.